Hi guys! I wanted to give you a really quick video about my soaker hoses in my raised beds. This is a great option so you don't have to hand water, bring the hose out here. I've got it all hooked up. You can even put it on a timer to go off every day. I like to be a little bit more in touch and decide when I want to water and then not have it automatically happening when it's raining. But yeah, I can just turn it on. I set a timer on my watch for 20 minutes and let it run, or however long you think it needs. But there are two products, actually three different products that I'm using back here. One is called I think it's called Pro Soaker is the brand, and it's a soaker hose. It's about $15. I think I've got a 50 or 75 foot one. You can get different lengths. And it's just got a female end that hooks on, and you can see that I've got a lot of different connections here. So you might want to get a splitter if you're going to run one to your garden hose and one to the soaker. So it just hooks on there, and then you run it through the garden. Mine goes up this garden bed and back, and then down the other side and back, and then it's got a cap on the end, and it just fills with water and gently leaks out and waters the garden and gets the water right down to the roots where they need it. And you can bury it under the mulch, and it's a really nice way to water. The other option, same company, Pro Soaker, I do believe it is, has a kind of DIY kit to set up a more custom irrigation system. And that's about $30. It comes with 100 foot of hose, I think 6 T connectors, a couple of male, couple of female, couple of caps. So I'm going to show you how I used all that to set up two 4x8 raised beds. I'm going to flip the camera around. So ignore all my paint that needs to be done and my siding that needs to be power washed. Here's my faucet. The first thing you're going to need, again, is a splitter. You don't need to split it into 4. If you just have one soaker hose and one garden hose, you can split it into 2. And then you need a leader hose. And this green one, I think, is 10 or 15 feet. You can buy them. You can also, this red one, I have cut up an old garden hose and put new attachments on it. You can get these for like $3. So just put a new end on it and make it the length you want. Okay, so follow my leader hose around. Green one comes right up here to the raised bed. If I get around to it, I'll bury that. You could, if you planned ahead, you could bring this up inside so it's not showing and not a trip hazard. I'll get around to it one day. Okay, so then this design, it comes right into a T. And again, you're gonna get this T in the kit, and then you cut a really short length of hose here and then go right into another T. And then one length of hose is going all the way down the bed. Whoop, and it gets capped at the end. And then the other, another short length, another T. This has got a cap on it, and then one length of hose going all the way down to the end. And then it's just mirrored on the other side. So short length, T, and this is, you know, already kind of buried in mulch. Short length, T with a cap, and then 2 long lengths of hose going all the way down. So that is one design. In the kit, I believe it comes with 6 T's and maybe 4 caps. So there weren't quite enough adapters to do the second bed the exact same way, but there was tons of hose left. So I did this one a little bit differently. And I'm actually thinking you probably could do 3 beds if you did them all with this second method. So I'll show you how I did this one. Again, my leader hose comes in, and that's the old hose that I have remade into a short one. I go into a T, and then short length over to another T, and I've got a potato growing there already. Instead of going to another T over here, it actually just loops around. Let me dig out the mulch so you can see. I stapled it down, but it just loops around instead of teeing. And the only reason you wouldn't do that is if you really wanted a right angle, but I think the water distribution is the same. So then this becomes one big loop and it comes back here to this tee. So water comes here and flows both ways. And then the other way is just the same. So here to a tee, and then this one loops around and that one goes straight down and they connect. So again, that's one giant piece of hose. You could start either way. Just do your short piece, then put a long piece here, wrap it all the way around. And I use those landscape staples throughout just to tack it down. You need to let it sit in the sun for a couple of hours before you lay it out because it will want to be kind of curly. So loop it all the way around, come back, cut it up here and stick it in. And these connectors truly, like, you just cut the hose and stick it in. It's super easy. So there you go. Soaker Hose Pro system. Garden's looking good. Need to get some mulch on it. So yeah, as you can see, I've got my square foot garden laid out and I just ran the hose right down the middle of a row. You know, the things here on the very edge are not going to get as much water, and we'll see if they suffer for it. I really hope not. I think that if I give everything a good soak for 30-45 minutes when I run it, it should distribute pretty far, but we'll see. I can always come in with a watering can just in those spots that aren't getting enough water, or I'll adjust and add a couple more lengths of hose. No big deal. Can always, $30, get another system, no big deal. So I hope that was helpful. Obviously, let me know if you have any questions, if any of this didn't make sense, and good luck with setting up your irrigation. It's gonna make the garden so much easier this year, not having to water by hand. All right, see you soon in your own garden. Bye.